On today's episode, we talk about 4 things clergy do to tick off funeral directors, how to change the old stodgy funeral director, and using social media for pre-need marketing. Welcome everybody to the DISRUPTu show. I'm your host, Ryan Thogmartin. This is episode 1. So we've changed things up a little bit. We've listened to the market. The market has spoken, and people really want just disruptive topics. So we're going to talk about disrupt media. We're going to talk about disrupting social. We're going to talk about disrupting your business, disrupting your brand. What can we do to change the conversation and engage the consumer in ways that have not been done before, and utilize all the tools and platforms that the consumer is using personally? How do we interject and get that attention? So I'm pretty excited about this format. We're going to be doing a lot of things that are a little bit different. We have a really cool challenge later on in this episode where you can win a super cool Disrupt Media swag box. So I'm not going to screw around anymore. Spud me. Spud me. Our first topic: 4 things that clergy do to tick off funeral directors. Because I'm not a funeral director and I do not have a funeral home, I couldn't answer this question. So we polled connectingdirectors.com and the Funeral Nation to come up with the top 4 things that clergy do to tick off funeral directors. Number 1, they're always late. Be on time. Big one. A couple of the comments that were in here, and I'm going to read some of them. Let's see here. Only available Monday through Friday. Decide 2 minutes before service time to meet a family and go over details. So, clergy, be on time. Number 2, actually take time to meet the family. A couple of the comments were in here that funeral directors prefer clergy show up at least a half hour before, but it'd be nice if they could be part of the arrangement or meet the family before the day of the service. Number 3, have service details ready to go. Don't freestyle, or don't skip the script is what somebody put on here. So don't leave the script of what is planned, because when you put funeral directors on the spot, they don't improvise very well. And number 4, don't use the service to save grievers. So I forget how it was put in here, but it said, don't have a message that just pushes Jesus. There you go. 4 things clergy do to tick off funeral directors. Okay, spud me. We couldn't do it without dropping it. All right, using social media for pre-need marketing. This question came through Facebook, and the user was said that she asked her boss if she could use social media for pre-need marketing, and he said that it was a foolish idea. Is it foolish? Yes and no. It is foolish to push a sales message through Facebook, because Facebook is an engagement platform, not a sales platform. It's a relationship tool. So if you can use social media as a way to build relationships, which then equate to pre-need sales or pre-need marketing through those relationships, that is extremely valuable. Leaving the pre-need conversation out of social media is a tough one. I think that it needs to be there, but it needs to be there in a way that's valuable. Maybe posing questions to get consumers to think about their own funeral service and following that up with a pre-need conversation. Not the typical, what we see from funeral homes is obituary, fill out this pre-need form, obituary, fill out this pre-need form. No, Pre-need marketing that way through social media absolutely does not work and never will work. However, using a value message, so asking somebody, what song would you like played at your funeral? That seems very cliche. It seems like something that's not rocket science to come up with. However, the value of that question is a couple things. One, if that person starts thinking about their own funeral service and the song they want played there, you put immediate value into some sort of service, whether it's graveside, whether it's memorial, whether it is a service that is held at a church or somewhere else other than the funeral home. Regardless of what it is, you've put value in a service and something that you offer. Also, you can follow that up with John likes once Stairway to Heaven played at his funeral. You can follow that engagement up with, John, have you told your family about your wishes? Do you want, how does anyone know you want that song played at your funeral? Now that opens up the door for pre-need marketing in a way that is relational and conversational and not sales. Spud me. Last question. Getting the funeral director to change. I believe the exact wording of the question was, I work for a third-generation funeral director who doesn't want to do things any different than second or first-generation funeral director. This is a big one for me because a lot of people think that the reason I do a show like this, the reason that we pump so much about social media and push that innovation and the disrupt message is that we want to change funeral directors and convert them into being believers. That is wrong. I'm not interested in converting funeral director A who sees no value in social media. I'm more interested in engaging with the already converted funeral director that knows social media is going to be valuable, but he doesn't know how to get there and he doesn't know how to utilize it. So if you work for that third generation funeral director who cannot understand the facts that everybody is on social media and is engaging specifically on Facebook for the funeral home market, then you're going to waste your time trying to convert them into being a believer. I would find somewhere else to work, and I would go find funeral director B who already is a believer and is converted and help them get on social media. All right, 3 great topics. Thanks for tuning in to episode number 1 of the Disrupt You show. I hope you like the format. There's 2 more things that I want to throw at you. One is a Don't Be Stupid segment. We're going to call it hashtag Stop Being Stupid. And the topic for today is having music that auto plays on your funeral home website. We've all seen it. It's pretty much 1999 funeral home website. Nobody really builds a website anymore with auto playing music or the little guy that comes off the screen and starts like yelling things at you and tells the consumer where to go on your website. Nobody likes that. And you know when's really awkward is when you're in an office setting and you have your volume up on your computer and you don't really realize it and you hit a funeral home website or an obituary and some really crappy harp music starts playing. Not good. So stop being stupid. Do not autoplay music on your funeral home website. Okay, I told you we were going to have a challenge. We're calling it the Spud Challenge. The first person to mail us a potato, and Cody will cut and we'll put up right here somewhere that website, the Send a Spud or whatever it is. So if you want to send a Spud that's more professionally done, you can do it here, or write a message on a good old potato, put it in a box, send it to us, and we'll talk about it on the show. It can be a question, it can be a topic, it could be social related, it could be what's my favorite color, what's my favorite Skittle, I don't care. First person to send us a message on a Spud is going to get a free Disrupt Media swag box that includes water bottles and t-shirts and a lot of sweet goodies that we give out to clients. So send us a Spud. Okay. Question. You're going to answer it in the comments below. Would you rather live for 1,000 years or have 10 lives that last 100 years? Tell us in the comments below. We'll see you on episode 2. And together, we're going to disrupt the funeral profession. Until next time, we'll disrupt you.